And it is 1-0 Atlanta as we bring you the third inning, and Brad Ausmus followed by Clemens and then Biggio. Just swinging a deep fly to left field, backing up Thomas on the track, turning around, it is gone, a home run. Brad Ausmus, who hit only 6 during the regular season, has tied it up, leading off the third with a solo drive off Jared Wright.
This is exactly why when you're facing this Houston Astro club and you have a chance to score, you have runners at second and third, you've got to put them away as soon as you have that opportunity.
Also, he gets a first pitch fastball, and that's what Jared Wright has been throwing a lot. He's the 8th hitter in the lineup. He's been watching the game, and he sees that he's getting he's trying to go first pitch fastball. I'm going to be right here waiting on him. He got one, and man, he hit this ball good.
Ausmus before that homer, a career 1 for 9 off of Wright. But he tags this one and quiets the crowd, which is only going to be about 40,000 at Turner Field, as Clemens knocks that one foul off to the right.
That ball that we saw Ausmus hit was nothing like any pitch that Wright has thrown all day.
But he's been trying to go first pitch fastball, you see, and that's what Leo Mazzoni likes to teach. First pitch fastball, and then we work all our other pitches.
Put in play by Clemens. A soft roller to Giles. Over to LaRoche for the out, 1 away. And it's the top of the order now for Houston and Biggio. And hit a couple on a very crucial day for them as he lays off that pitch down low. And David, the Craig Biggio that you played against all those years when you were in the National League had a high leg kick. Well, he's dropped that. There's almost no kick at all. He barely lifts the leg, but he's generating more power this year.
Well, I tell you one thing, when you have a high leg kick, your timing has to be almost exactly precise. But when you cut down all that movement, especially as a hitter, you don't need a lot of body movement. I know because I used to pick my leg up high. There's a tendency, if you pick it up too high, there's a tendency to move forward, to have your whole body go forward. Well, he lowered his leg. It gave him better balance. He felt like he was able to get his hands in a hitting position a lot easier. And as a result, it worked out for him this year.
He's 38 years old. He still looks like he's 22. But what did you say last night? You said, well, he's just getting old. That's why he can't lift that leg anymore. That's really where that comes down.
Right. Well, he was joking with me. I said, man, why don't you lift it? And he said, well, I'm getting too old. I'm tired of lifting it up high.
Well, he's played in 4 postseasons with Houston, never winning a series. You see, barely moving out that leg these days.
That pitch right there was one of the reasons that he started lifting the leg, was he's trying to keep his weight back.
2-2
instead of moving out there that far on that breaking ball. That's always been his difficulty.
See, it's very important when you got the high leg kick, you have to keep a lot of weight on the backside on that right leg. If not, there's just going to be a tendency for you just to lean forward. But if you don't have a high leg kick, it's easier just to maintain balance, and you got to be balanced to hit with any type of authority. But when that leg kick is working right and you are able to keep that balance, you can do a lot of damage because you create a lot of leverage and you can do some damage. But it's something that once it goes, it's hard to get it back. And it's interesting to see him change so late in his career. To be a certain type of player for so long.
He swings and misses, and he strikes out for the second time. He has not done a lot to change Houston's playoff difficulties. And you're getting a look at Carlos Beltran, and for many of you, maybe for the very first time, he singled in the first inning. An American leaguer, now in the National League. He'll be a free agent at the end of the campaign, whenever it ends for the Astros. But a 5-tool talent, and he's got himself a single for the second time. He's 2 for 2, going the other way and out of the Ranger for call to reach here in the third inning off Wright.
And when we're talking about 5-tool talent, we're talking about speed above normal. We're talking about being able to hit for average and power above normal. We're talking about arm strength above normal, and we're also talking about defense, being able to play center field as well as anybody in the game. And today we've got 2 of the best out there with Andruw Jones and Carlos Beltran.
Bagwell in that familiar stance. Nothing different about that. He is 0 for 1 with a fly to center. The other thing about Beltran, he's a humble guy, very humble indeed. That's his nature. Kansas City traded him to Houston on June 24th. And when Royals manager Tony Pena came into his office the morning after the trade, he found a bat on his desk inscribed in Spanish, and it was from Carlos Beltran, and he wrote, "To Tony, thank you for your support and friendship in my heart. You're the best manager I ever played for. Thank you, and God bless you, Carlos Beltran."
Classy move.
Where will he wind up? There will be many, many bidders for Beltran's services, if not for his bats. And that is outside to make it 2-0 on Bagwell. Berkman would hit next, tied up 1-1.
Now you can see Jared Wright starting to really try to make that ball move on the outside corner. You don't try to make the ball move, you let the grip make the ball move.
The 2-0. Hammered the other way on a line to right on the move. J.D. Drew, he won't get it. It skips up against the fence. Beltran, very swift, rounding third. He will score. No throw to the plate. And the Astros have scored for the second time in the inning. And they grab a 2-1 lead off Wright.
And see, to me, that's good hitting. He took his first at bat. He saw that Jared Wright was going to try to get him out of the way today. He 2-0. Instead of looking for a ball in the wheelhouse inside to yank, he knew Jared Wright would go away. You take what the pitcher gives you. This is a fastball out over the plate. He hits it where it's pitched, and he drives it to right center field.
Well, when we were talking about Bagwell during the lineup section, that is the pitch that most pitchers have been getting him out with, is that fastball away. And if Bagwell can drive that ball that way and get that shoulder extended out there, you're talking about a dangerous hitter.
I mean, you're right. That's smart hitting, because as soon as you see how they're trying to pitch you, now you change your game plan.
Go get it.
We've talked about the difficulties Bagwell and Biggio have had, very well chronicled throughout the playoffs. So that has to be an extra sweet feeling, especially coming against Atlanta in Atlanta as he picks up Beltran. So Bagwell in scoring position himself. 2-1 Houston. Remember, Berkman drove in 106 runs during the regular season. And the count is 2-0 as Wright has suddenly lost the strike zone here.
Well, David, you were talking earlier about the jitters and the excitement that you could see on the Astros faces in the first couple of innings. It looks like they've started to settle down a little bit. They're taking balls that are out of the strike zone and looking for strikes.
This one jacked into right deep. Drew turning around, and it is gone. It's a home run, a 2-run shot for Lance Berkman.
Wow.
Second home run in the inning for Houston off Wright. And this a line drive that was out of here in about 1.8 seconds.
Well, David, just like you said, for some reason now he doesn't have that location. He's not locating on that fastball on the outside part of the plate. He's finding himself now pitching in hitters' counts. And he's throwing the fastball. He's not throwing a breaking ball or a changeup or anything. And these guys, this lineup is one of the best fastball hitting lineups there is in the game.
And of all people, Brad Ausmus gets them going. Only 5 home runs during the season. He lights up Wright, swinging early in the count. That was the first of 2 home runs the Astros have blistered in the 3rd inning to lead it 4-1.
Well, just like Jeff, you said earlier, I mean, even I said it, that they looked a little tense maybe early. But once you get on the board, things start to settle down. This is a 2-0 fastball right in his wheelhouse. This ball's not located on the outside part of the plate, down in the zone. This is, here it is, let me see you hit it. You can't pitch Berkman like that.
That ball was supposed to start in the middle and run away. It started in and ran to the middle of the plate. That is big trouble. And the one thing that we all know is that you give Roger Clemens a lead, look out.
Well, a 3-run lead for the Rocket now. A ground ball to Giles. Off the bat of Jeff Kent. And that retires the side. But the Astros come out here in the 3rd inning swinging. Home runs by Ausmus and Berkman. And they put 4 runs on the board to lead it 4-1.